Welcome to my channel. Today I will tell you about a new method to save rootless orchids. The orchid you see in my hand has no roots and its leaves have softened too much. It has only 3 leaves. Since the bottom leaf turns yellow, I tear off the bottom leaf this way. As you can see, the orchid has no roots at the moment. And there are black spots, especially in the root part. I also cut the branch where the old flower branch is located. This is how we cut the blackness and woody parts on the part that has become woody. If your orchids have no roots and their leaves have softened, do not throw away such orchids. You can definitely find ways to save. Look. This is how I clean this orchid. What we need to do right now is to disinfect such orchids. When you change the pot, I recommend that you disinfect it with oxygenated water. Oxygenated water helps to treat any disease, insect, or other disease on orchid roots or leaves. I put a lid as a measure. I pour it into 100 milliliters of water. I put it in a spray can. You can do that too. Now we mix it well. I just put a cap in 100 milliliters of water. If there is any disease in the leaves or roots of our orchid, we spray it in this way to eliminate them. You must do this. We need to squeeze it especially in the root part, for the germs here to die and disinfect. After spraying all the leaves and roots of the orchid with oxygenated water, I keep them in a glass to dry like this. A cloth like this is what we need for our new method. This cloth is soft so you can use it for dishes or in the kitchen. I'm going to cut it into small pieces now. You can cut it this way if you want. Or you can cut it lengthwise. You can adjust this according to the thickness of your orchid. The leaves and roots of my orchid are dry at the moment. Now I'm getting our orchid for our new method. And I double fold this cloth that I have prepared. We will use it to make it easier for our orchid to take out new roots. You need to pay attention to all the methods to do this. The body part should not get wet. Only the woody part needs to get wet. The woody part will get wet, which will help it to slowly grow new roots and new flower branches. See? This way I just wrap the cloth on the woody part. This is important. After wrapping the whole cloth in this way, I will cut the end of the cloth with a pair of scissors so that it does not come off. And for this cloth to stay here for a long time, we need to set it up firmly. Our orchid will stay wrapped in this cloth until it has enough roots. You can observe this. Look, I did it this way and now our orchid is ready for its new place. What we need to do to revive this orchid now is to put it in a plastic cup. We need a pet cup. This is how we sit our orchid in a plastic pet cup. Here, our orchid will start to grow new roots by taking water. only from the tip with the help of a cloth. For this, we add water. When adding water, do not add too much water, as we have covered the measure here. Please look at this. Slowly, new roots are starting to grow from the stem part. You can see it closely, and not only the root, but also the very softened and withered leaves are slowly starting to revive with this method. As the orchids grow new roots, both their leaves revive and gradually they begin to grow flower branches. Look, I'm showing you the leaves. These leaves were also very soft, and as you can see now, they are slowly starting to revive. I would like to show you my other orchid in particular. Look. It's been a month and a half, and this orchid was a completely rootless orchid. As you can see, it has new roots now. I want to show it up close. If your orchids have no roots, this method takes out roots in a month and a half or 2 months in this way. As you can see, it not only took new roots but also a flower branch. Although it normally has no roots, it has grown a new flower branch. Such methods are very useful for rootless orchids. As you can see up close, the root, and look, this is the root that I touched, and the other is the flower branch. Look, it produces lots of new roots and flower branches. Its leaves also became more and more alive and hard. When you look at closely, you can see the original orchid leaves are completely soft and pale. As you can see, it is slowly coming back to life as the weeks go by. In this method, the orchid needs to receive plenty of light. This is one of the most important points. Be sure to put it directly on the windowsill and get plenty of light. The second important trick is watering time. See an orchid on the right with low water. The other is an orchid with sufficient water. When do we need to water in such methods? What do we do when the water is reduced in this way? What do we do when the cloth stays up? We add water immediately and only the tip of the cloth touches the water. That is, we add water as the water decreases. Look, this way only the tip should touch. And then, as I said, put this orchid directly on a window edge that receives plenty of light. Especially getting plenty of light will help him to get good results in this method. I hope these tricks I have explained have been useful for you. If you have watched my video so far, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and press the like button. If you want to be notified of my new videos, you can also turn on the ringtone in the right corner. You can make lots of comments and ask questions in the comments section. Goodbye and stay healthy.